Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker. And I forgot my cup of coffee. Okay. So today I'm going to be I've got a little chit-chat here at the beginning, and then we're going to get into my Q3 goals for 2023. See how much progress I made. Once again, being super lenient with ourselves as I just moved into a new house. Okay, so today is going to be my quarterly updates for Q2 or Q3 of 2023's goals. So we'll go through all those goals. On Saturday, we will have the unboxing of my October Yarnable. My Roomba's downstairs yelling at me. October Yarnable and September ALC. Very excited to share with you guys. On Tuesday, we will have the week 4 vlog-ish on what I've been doing in getting the house unpacked, sorted, organized, and arranged. So this will not be my permanent camera location. I am actually hoping to move it to the other side of this room. But as you can tell, we still have stacks of stuff. And I just kind of threw my table up so I had a place to put stuff. So I wasn't filming in my living room again because I was having my Roomba run around downstairs and also doing laundry in the kitchen. So, Pippin, what are you doing in my closet? Banner's scurrying around outside and Pippin's in my closet crying. What's up? What's up, Buttercup? Hopefully he won't pull down the camera. There are no promises to that, though. He's being kind of frisky and a little bit hyper, and I'm not quite sure what's going on in his little furry brains, but it's a Pippin. What's up? He's under the cord. So anyway, that's the videos that will be coming out. Oh, Banner was in the frog laying on the sofa. What? So, yeah, a little distracted, having a little ADD brain going on this morning. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Once again, I was up at 4:30 this morning because Pippin decided he wanted breakfast. Then he couldn't find the litter box because I finally got that relocated upstairs. And I had to go drag him out of the bedroom to show him where the litter box was again. So anyway, the move is progressing. We are settling in. We still don't have an offer in the house in Charlotte. I don't know what we're going to do, but we have a couple of different options right now of what we can do. We're good through December, but we got to start making some decisions here shortly about what to do. But we are hitting the second bubble for moving. So, you know, anyway, let's get on with the real reason why you're here. I will have a show and tell next week. I do have things to show and tell, but I forgot to film a video last week on Thursday or for Thursday, and that's where we are right now. At least I remembered to film. I'm actually filming this on Wednesday because Thursday is going to be a pretty busy day as a whole. And I'm still wearing like my slouchy t-shirt and stuff just because my next order of business is folding laundry and working on the house again. Pippin, what's the dealio, furry muffin? He looks like he's about to try to jump on me. Hold on. Let me. What? Okay. I don't know what he's doing. He keeps running into the closet. I hear something crinkle and then he comes gambling out. I don't know what he's doing. I know he's very needy because he feels very unsure about everything, but still. Ugh. Get my hair out from under the cat. All right. So, as always, this is my notebook of projects. I covered this notebook based on the tutorial from May Made It on how to cover a composition book. It's actually the second tutorial in her composition book series. Hold on just a second. Actually, you know what? I'll wait. It's okay. It's the second video in her covering a composition book series. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm getting like 900 messages and phone calls all at the exact same time right now, and it's a little bit crazy. Let's see if we can get some of these to disperse. Inside here, I use this for 2022 as well as 2023, so I put a divider in here to separate out things. This was my goal list for this year. So we do have an extra thing marked off now. So the first 3 things on here are Finish and Frog old projects, 2022, 2021, and pre-2020. I finished all of my 2020 WIPs in 2021. And Pippin, you are very heavy. Can I please put you down now? Very heavy and very hot. I haven't really worked on any of my old WIPs. Obviously, I've been moving, so there's been a lot of stuff going on. I found, I think, most of my squares that I already had done of the peppermint swirl blanket. Now I have Banner under my feet. I also have now located my hexagon scrap blanket, which I could start going ahead and getting that put together. I also have my big hexagon bolds and blacks blanket that I've been working on. So I have located a lot of my old WIPs. I just haven't been working on them, with the exception of the granny square blanket. So I've been making for 2 years now, taking my worst weight scraps and turning them into corner to corners or granny square squares. And I spent a lot of September and the end of August putting those together while I was at the apartment. That was an easy thing for me to take to the apartment and just work on. So I did get a lot of blankets done over the summer so far. And just for the record, everybody who keeps telling me to take a break and go enjoy the pool, I would love to, but it's been in the 70s. The pool is freezing and the air is freezing. So we're already in fall now. Total fall mode. Do I expect it to turn 100 degrees again? Possibly. It is Columbia. But I digress. Spend 3 pounds of fleece. Nope. Didn't do it. Finish 400 cards. Nope. Haven't done any more cards this quarter. I think I'm up to 42 cards. Yeah. So I have a tally sheet in here as well to keep up with things. Yeah, I finished 42 cards earlier this year. Haven't done any more cards since then. Cover 5 journals. I did do 4 in quarter 2. I had them already started before we found out we were going to be moving, and I hurried up to finish those so I could get those cleared off my desk as completed objects instead of having a mess and trying to finish them and finding pieces and parts all over the place. So I did do 4 journals so far. So I've only got to cover 1 more journal. And if I cover a journal for 2024's WIPs and project notes, then boom, that'll be my 5. And I do have a paper pad. I've got a paper pad and a paper kit, both of which I could use for 2024's notebook. Next is 75 pounds of FOs. Now, I do have to say I'm a little bit surprised at where I am total in this goal using the non-yarn crafts and the yarn crafts. I am at 61.99 pounds of finished objects so far this year. So I'm pretty astounded that I got that far along with everything that happened since June. Finish 5 12x12 notebooks paper pads. I did complete using 1 12x12 paper pad, none of the 6x6s. Finished 10 rolls of washi tape. I did that earlier this year as I was doing the journals and the cards earlier this year, and I have so far used up 18 rolls of 18 rolls of washi tape. So that was one of the ones that got marked off earlier. The next one is Sew Something. Anything. Obviously, no tabletop crafts have gotten done. So portable only, no sewing has gotten done. I did get my fabric unpacked the other day though. I didn't purge it before I packed it, so I definitely need to do a purge, and I've already found a home for the fabric that I'm not going to keep. Donate 15 shawls, 10 hats. So I have not made a donation yet. I might have part of it ready to take with me tomorrow night. As we are back in Columbia, we have returned to our previous church from 5 years ago or 4 years ago. And I started a prayer shawl ministry there a number of years ago, and it's still active. So I now have a place to make my donations that I know is a reliable place going to good use. Like I said, I am very easily distracted today. It's a distracting day. So anyway, I have not yet donated them, but I do have a stack of shawls, blankets, hats, scarves, all to be donated. So I'm very excited about that. Plus, next year I should have a substantial amount more, as once again, I will be able to sit down with my Addie and crank some more things out. I have not found my electric screwdrivers though since this. I really don't want to have to buy more, but I might have to. Work up cotton stash. So I have actually made progress on this one. I have used 8 balls of kitchen cotton. Sugars and Cream, Premier Home. I love this cotton. I've used a couple of different ones this quarter because as we were looking for houses, I was able to do some just backseat crochet, and dishcloths seemed to be the thing I was doing. So progress. I used 8 balls of cotton. I'm very happy about that. Finished one sweater. I did that earlier this year. I did the green. It was made out of hawthorn from Knit Picks, and I don't remember the name of the pattern, but I did do that earlier this year. Finished 10 blankets. So this quarter we added that one. I finished 10 blankets this year. I have made 10 blankets this year. Granted, a lot of them were putting together my corner to corner squares and my granny squares, but I still accomplished the goal. I now have 10 blankets in the FO category. Exactly 10, but I'm very excited because I do have like 3 blankets downstairs that I've been sort of kind of working on. Finish the year with no scraps. So I started a granny square join as you go method shawl. And because it's fingering weight yarns, it could be worn as a scarf as well, depending on how long I end up going with it. But I am using that for my fingering weight scraps. My Decan sport weight scraps are going into the giant blanket for my big king size bed, 2 at a time, corner to corners. I do need to get back to joining those in because I have a lot of squares to join in. That's a huge blanket. I mean, it's like, I think 90 squares is what I estimated I was going to need for that. And the worsted weight scraps have been going into corner and C2C squares. So once again, not perfect. I do still have some scraps, but we have made extreme progress. Also, before we found out we were going to be moving, one of the big activities that I did to help me organize and sort the craft room is I took my scraps, anything under 10 grams in fingering weight is going into my shawl scarf project. Anything over 10 grams went into a container that I have yet to find. 20 grams went into a container that I have yet to find. And then I did have a couple that were minimally used that I still need to, once again, find the container. I think I know where they are, but I'm not 100% positive. We have a couple items still yet to be found. I have one package of my china, like my actual china, my china set china. And I have some teacups missing with saucers. And I have not found my drawers, my hard plastic drawers with these yarn scraps in them. Finished 25 skeins of bulky yarn. I have not touched bulky yarn all year. This is the second year in a row where I just have made no progress on the bulky yarn whatsoever. Finished 10 fingering weight yarns. I did that earlier this year, primarily by making the 2 at a time Addie scrap blanket. Finished 25 cakes of yarn, and so far I'm still at 9 cakes, but I do have a project I'm in the process of working on that's using 4, I believe. And then I do also have some cake yarn set aside to work on the Addie, and then also for 2 at a time shawl projects. work down the Red Heart Impeccable yarn. So anything that's in that group where it's a little bit coarser, a little bit denser of an acrylic weight yarn, I am now up to 29 skeins of that having been used. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I think this is the only cube that has just plain Red Heart Super Saver in it. Now I do have down here, there is a bunch of Red Heart Soft, which is a completely different type of yarn. It's more like the Vannas, the Brava, the Premier Anti-Pilling, things like that. So I'm not considering that in this zone, but it is the more coarser, denser, worsted weight yarns that I've had in my stash for a while that I'm just not reaching for because I don't find them as much fun to use as like the Premier Anti-Pilling, the Vanna's Choice, and the Brava. So use at least one of my hand-dyed skeins and use at least one of my hand-spun skeins. I have not done that at all. Unfortunately, I just haven't. So on top of these goals, I have been working on a low buy year. Not a no buy, but a low buy. So I knew that I was, at the start of the year, I had planned on going to the fiber market, the Southern Comforts fiber market, as well as the Charlotte area yarn crawl. I did not go to the yarn crawl because we had moved down here, but I didn't want it to be a no buy year because I wanted to be able to purchase yarn at those things. But as far as like purchasing power, I wanted to net at the end of the year what I spent versus I'm giving myself a budget as I go of $1 for every 100 grams of yarn that I have used. So right now, I went into the fiber market with a budget of $218 in August. I spent $377, so I ended up the end of August with a negative $158. In September, what I used up in finished objects was $26.46. So right now I'm at a negative $131.75, which means I need to use 13,000 grams of yarn between now and the end of the year to break even. I'm surprised I'm doing this well with it. I'm not going to lie. I'm very genuinely surprised I'm doing that well with the budget. While I am over budget over $100, not nearly as bad as I could have done this year. And mostly just because I have not had time to do big crafts. I haven't had time to do big projects. I have been very busy with the move, trying to get the house ready to sell, show, be staged in Charlotte. And then of course, obviously the last 4 weeks I've been unpacking this house, trying to get things sorted, organized. We had painters here all last week. So while Monday I was able to craft, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I was in unpacking mode because they were done painting up here. So I was able to do some work up here while they painted downstairs. But I'll be honest, it's just been, woo! Project goals for this year, I wanted to do a brioche cowl. I wanted to knit a Stephen West cowl. I wanted to make a Fair Isle hat. I wanted to make a pickle jar hat. So if you guys are not familiar with the Aberdeen Wool Co. scarf I've been working on slowly yet surely for the last 4 years. I guess it's been 3 years. I was working on it when we got Banner. It's been 2 years with Banner. I had started it before that. I wanted to make the hat to go with that scarf, but I still haven't even finished the scarf, and I'm not sure where it is right now, so. 5 projects from books, my architecture scarf, around every corner shawl, Bellatrix shawl, and the candy skull cowl. Yep. None of those have been made this year. Right as I was getting ready to start some of those things, this happened. So, yep, none of those things have occurred. It is what it is. Like I said, I've said this before in videos, I don't set these goals as a must-do rule book. These are things that just over the course of the year I want to remember or what I set out to do this year. It's not really a hard and fast rule. It's not really a down on myself thing if I fail to do them. Life happens. It is what it is. So I'm not going to be particularly disturbed or worried about that occurring. life happened in a big way this year, as did 4 years ago. So surprise, you're moving. These are my ball bands from Q3. Not that many. I've got 21 skeins, 10 of them are acrylic, 8 of them are cotton. So not, you know, a huge yay on that one, but it is progress. Once again, the goal was to use a lot of the yarns that I'm not touching, I'm not reaching for, I'm not thinking about using, and I have made a lot of progress with that. So I'm very pleased with where I am, even though it's not where I wanted to be or had thought I would be at this point in the year. So anyway, 20 minutes of me talking. I am pretty sure y'all are done listening to me. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, fantastic day. Please come back on Saturday and check out what I got this month in my ALC subscription and my Yarnable subscription. And don't forget, Tuesday will be week 4's update on primarily the craft rooms, but I do kind of show you guys where we started decorating and stuff downstairs. So I love you guys, and I will see you real soon. Bye, guys. Oh, I don't have my clicker. Sorry. Who's a cutie floof? Yeah. Is Banner cute?